As finite equates to value, one thing I do believe we all intuitively know is that the things that are the most valuable in our lives are the things that have to come to an end, right? Whether it's, making relationships with new people, experiences, heartbreak, joy, struggle, those kind of stuff, it always have to come to an end, one way or another. And it's the realization that they do come to an end what really sets them up to be meaningful in one way or form, because it creates a sense of urgency, right? Scarcity, that you have to experience this thing, because if you don't, your life will be boring and unfulfilled, right? Your life will be really just you will inevitably in the future will just feel like you missed out in a lot, right? And for people really take this aspect of time for granted, because you never really think about it in the first place, do you? Right? When you're with someone, you never really think about how things will end, right? When you experience something, you don't really think about how that experience that you're going through, right? Whether it's going to a new country or learning a new skill, just new something, right, will end, right? Because the thought of something ending is what really steals the joy from it, right? But also, one thing that people, I do believe, will God realizes, it has to be an end to things. Things have to end one way or another. But never. But the problem also comes when people overly fixate about the idea that things end, right? They start questioning why seek for love when once you get the love that you seek for will never come to an end, right? Why go through new experiences when those experiences have to end? Why question stuff, right? Just why get something new to do with your life when those new things always end, right? There's always an end towards everything, and it's for me, it's not really the right way to think. If you ask me personally, for me, it's always about living the present moment. You cannot let the other things end hijack your mind from enjoying things. You cannot just let intrusive thoughts of the end of things always, dictate how you should feel about stuff. Otherwise, it's not joy to anything. You're not really living, you're just existing in one way or form. One quote from a Finnish philosopher called Kierkegaard, I think, C.N. Kierkegaard, is life is not a problem to resolve, it's a reality to experience. And I do think this quote kind of really relates to the topic of the video, that the experiences shape you, right? And they shape you mainly because your mind is more into how that one experience can change you rather than how that one experience can end, right? Fixating about how things end is what really steals in the joy of things. Not taking action on things that we all know will come to an end, right? But just letting them go and let time sort of fade away the chance of fixing something, right, or taking action in something, is what really just steals all the reality of what life is supposed to be, right? But yeah, and also I do think that realizing that things come to an end is not bad, right? Because I do also think that if you know that things end, you are more free in a sense, right? You're not allowed to you're more allowed to take things less seriously in a way, right? Because I mean, why take things seriously when they always will come to an end? When it comes to bad stuff, obviously, like, you cannot decide when to put that mindset into, right? But normally, if you are arguing with somebody, right, or you are going through a pretty poor experience, or just not really living the best moment of your life and stuff, right? Well, the best thing you can do is stop taking the moment that you're living seriously. Not really take it as seriously as how you're supposed to take it as, right? Because it will have to come to an end at some point, But yeah, life is a distraction. Well, what we do in life is a distraction to just, hide ourselves from how weird life is, in a sense, right? You're born, you grow, and then you die. What you do during that period is mainly distraction, right? Fixating about how things end is what really will steal the joy of doing anything in life, Anyways, those are my thoughts. Bye.